Hello everyone, welcome back to Shanti Bloom. If we haven't met, my name is Chantal, and in this video of today I'm going to be sharing with you briefly the spirit with which I'm celebrating this season, and I'm hoping that somewhere it can inspire you to look through this year in a similar manner so that you can celebrate this season in a way that you can end this year strong and to begin the new one even stronger. At the beginning of this year, I was asking myself, why do we always speak so badly about the previous year when we are getting into the new one? Why do we very quickly drop old friends when we find new ones? And I was proudly telling myself that will not be me at the end of 2020. I'm going to learn to be so appreciative of the year, even as the new one comes. Little did I know what was coming. I thought it was going to be just like other years, maybe some good days, bad days, some highs and some lows. But as we all know, it was much more than that. Not far into the year, we were hit by the pandemic, wars, natural disasters. For me personally, while there were so many victories this year, I equally experienced loss. You know, if you remember sometime in August, I shared with you a tragic loss in the family. You know, I experienced disappointments, there were setbacks, there were delays. And I started to wonder if I was going to really be able to keep that promise that I proudly made to myself. But just like food is much more appreciated after a day of severe hunger, you know, the warmth of God's comfort is much more felt and appreciated after a season of loss. His mighty hand of help is clearly seen in the time of trouble. I have seen His strength being made perfect in my weakness this year like never before. The up and down moments of this year have given my endurance a chance to grow. And as we know in James chapter 1 from verses 2 to 4, it tells us that when this endurance, this perseverance is fully grown, it has completed its work, it makes us mature and complete, lacking nothing. A year like this one has a way of revealing to us how much we need God and how less we are in control of things. That is why, even though the outward celebration of this season is going to really be different for so many of us, I personally really celebrate this season from a place of thanksgiving, thanking God for all the experiences that I've had this year that has brought me to that place where I can seek more of His ways and less of His hand. So dear friends, look through this year and be grateful for the growth that has taken place. Be grateful for that maturity, because from the place of maturity, you begin to seek God's ways more than you're seeking for His hand. From that place of growth and maturity, you begin to seek ways to contribute and less of ways to be a consumer. You come to that place of abandonment, not a place of carelessness, not a place of giving up, but that place where you are surrendering to the master planner. So we should count it all joy that we'll be able to finish this year strong, and we'll be able to begin the new one mature and complete, lacking nothing, not as in material things, but as in the tools that we need to be able to face anything that is coming our way next year, the tools that we need to carry out our assignment that God has given to us. However, I celebrate with empathy for those who will be celebrating alone this year, either because they cannot physically be with their families or because, the people that they usually celebrate with are no more. I can only imagine the pain and that tendency to really feel lonely. I know there are people who feel very sad, angry, bitter around this time of the year because they really feel that things have been unfair for them this year. Maybe this year you lost a loved one, you lost a job, maybe you went through some really serious health issues that, costed you a lot. Maybe you're living in fear because of war, because of natural disaster, and you just feel, so sad and angry. I would like to share with you Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is watching everywhere, keeping His eye on both the evil and the good. The Lord is watching. The Lord is seeing. He sees everything. He sees whatever has happened to you. A couple of months back, my pastor was taking a series that had to do with the story of Jacob and Laban, and something stood out to me in chapter 31, verse 12. It's a very long passage, so you may check it out yourself. But you look at verse 12 of 31, I think, and You know, the angel of the Lord was saying to Jacob and saying that, you know, I've seen what Laban has done to you. I've seen how unfair he has treated you. If you look at the story of Jacob serving Laban in order to marry his daughters, you know, sometimes you go through things year in, year out, month after month, day after day. Maybe that's how this year has been for you. And you just feel like, is God even seeing? Is he even watching? You know, here was Jacob, you know, and his father-in-law cheated him of his wages 10 times. That's what he was telling Jacob's sons. Can you imagine somebody you're working for and they're changing the contract every minute? That's how this year has actually been for some people. You wake up this morning and you don't know what is coming up the next morning. It's like the contracts just keep changing. But God is watching. He has not forsaken you. He has not abandoned you. And he's a God of restoration. He's a God of justice. So be at peace. God is with you even in the middle of that storm, and he's going to bring you out. He's going to deliver you with his mighty hand. You will surely end this year strong. So may your spirits be lifted high. It's my prayer and my wish that let the God of all comfort give you peace, you know, give you joy this season, and always have a merry, merry Christmas.